Quick Tip Tuesday this week, we're looking at 3 different exercises that help with the hinge. The hinge is something we want to focus on in this mini off season that pitchers have. Very important for hitters too, but we're talking just about pitchers today. And we went from like a least complex movement to the most complex or dynamic movement. So we started off just wanting to feel the foot interacting with the ground and our hip kind of corkscrewing into the ground here and ride the slide, ride the slope, as Lance Wheeler says. So we're going to be here. We're just going to pick up the foot, feel your hands separate, feel your butt stick back a little bit and rotate, so you get internal rotation, and you just feel yourself drift down the pitching mound here. We don't want to be actively like pushing like we're jumping. So it's a very laid back, low intensity drill. We just want to lift and feel yourself separate. So there's a lot of different cues we can do here. Some people think front back pocket towards the catcher. Other people just think turning this hip a little bit. Other people think just feel the ball of your foot in the ground. And that's one thing that's important when we do this. We don't want to have our foot roll off the ground and lose contact there. So if you're doing it wrong, then the foot's coming up every time, specifically the big toe and the ball and the foot. If you look at it from behind, you can see when I get into this position, and I lift my leg, my hips turn, and it's a very small movement. So we are probably exaggerating it more than we would actually might want to when we're thinking about throwing in a game, but that's kind of the point of a drill, is to exaggerate a feel to make it feel more and more normal when we get there, so that when you pick up, we're not running out of it and then throwing it across the body or just leaking energy up the kinetic chain. The second drill is janitor drill. We've talked about this some before, so I won't go into too much depth. Same type of idea, is just being able to stay, get this picked up, and feel yourself go down the slope. We don't want to feel like we're spinning early, lower or upper body, but again, if we just preset this front side here, then you don't have to worry about it. The last drill we're looking at is the step back. We want to do the same thing with the foot for the step back, and again, making it from a more constrained drill to a less constrained drill. So we're going to step back here, and when we plant here, we want to feel like we load that hip and get that corkscrew without our foot going on the ground. Obviously a little harder when we're doing it with the step back, making it more dynamic. So we're here, load that hip, and then we're going to go ahead and throw here all the way through yourself, come through that way. I wouldn't normally do all these drills in socks. I would put shoes on, but just for the sake, you can see my feet move a little bit better. I'm going to do it shoeless today. So as we step back, if you want to look from behind here, we're going to really focus on the same thing of getting those hips rotating a little bit. So I plant, I'm rotating, get a little internal rotation, and feeling that hip go down the mountain and right back to the ride the slope. So all of the drills lead you to the exact same position. We're just starting in different things to try to get there and to help you feel that feel of riding the slope. Again, we don't want to jump off the mound. This is a low intensity drill. We want to stay as relaxed as possible. We just want to feel our body loose and moving in those particular ways.